Yeah, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Totally ready. You ready?
Yeah, it's been recording.
Fair enough. More for you to edit out, right?
Dude, yeah. I'm gonna ask you what you've been up to, but like I gotta tell you. So, have you ever heard of the soda Doritos?
I have not.
Okay, so it's a Spanish. I think it's a Mexican soda. If you ever go to the store and you see those malt Goya sodas, it's usually the other Spanish Mexican brand that's right next to it.
Oh, okay.
And the thing with Spanish, the way you pronounce J's is like an H. It's like huh. So
Yeah.
Doritos is really pronounced Jarritos, but I just like calling it Doritos because I just think it's insanely Caucasian to me to be like, "Hello, amigos, I have Doritos," and I'm gonna actually be closing with that one at the Comedy Cellar, so hopefully it goes well.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
should close with the play on words with the first name, the Spanish or Hispanic, whatever. First name, the Juan.
Juan? What?
Juan.
What?
Well, okay. So you know
Oh, jeez. Oh, this
the
is
number one.
uh huh.
This is gonna be such a bad joke,
This
but you know the number
it's
one.
already like I'm like
It's already
you're
bad.
gonna save me from my bomb, so please go ahead.
All right. So you know the number one.
Yes, I know the number one Weebo.
Yes, okay, gotcha. And you know how it's pronounced, and you know that Juan is also pronounced somewhat similarly.
Yeah.
This is about the lamest joke that you can make in Spanish. And if you don't make it, I swear to God, it's not gonna be like a good comedy show. Sorry, but that's just
Was that the joke? Is that it? Is that how that was the?
no, just I was just telling you that they are remarkably similar, and it's always funny when you like sneak it in there. However you want to do it. I'm just letting you know that they sound similar.
Yeah, this is gonna be a short episode.
Well, my size.
Oh, you know what? Check out one other thing on your Discord settings before we keep going. All right.
Okay.
All
What
right.
do you need?
Okay. Good.
Do
All
I
right.
sound quiet to you? Is that why?
No, no, no. It just sounded like every time you. So Jem notices when I laugh, it sounds like I cut off, and that's because like for the longest, my input volume wasn't all the way up. So now it's it's taken years for me to learn a thing that like a fourth grader learns for gaming within I don't know
Right.
5 fucking days.
What about noise reduction? That also might be something to consider.
Huh? I think.
Because it's supposed to automatically reduce noise. Duh. Because that's in the name, but like sometimes it also cuts off noises that the user is making as well, if they're noise qualifying.
So because I have noise suppression on,
Yeah.
which suppresses background noise from the mic,
Yeah.
noise reduction is automatically off.
Oh,
Yeah. Would you look at that?
would you look at that?
So I have a very very serious question.
Oh boy.
So we met in terms of like just like talking around 5 years ago, right? Was it around?
Around 5, yeah. Mhm.
And you had a YouTube channel.
I still do.
I I was getting to that. Don't you dare.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And you still do.
But yes. Yeah.
Two questions. One, why? And and two, were there any breaks between like when we first started talking 5 years ago and now in terms of you making content on that YouTube channel?
Define break. Like, are we talking months at a time where I wouldn't upload? Like a formal break where I'm like, I need to take time, or just the fact that like I had no time to upload? Because I think right in like the 2021, the longest I went between videos was like 3 months.
Okay.
Um,
Uh-huh.
so if that counts, then yes, I guess. But if not, then no.
So the longest you've gone without making a YouTube video has been 3 months?
I think so. It might be a little bit longer, but yeah,
Wow.
something in that ballpark.
And how long have you actually had the channel? I don't like what's your oldest video on that channel?
My oldest video, I made that when I was in high school, like just about to graduate high school, I think.
Wow.
Gosh, it would have been back in 2016.
2016.
Yeah,
Geez, so that's like 6, maybe 7 years ago overall.
I think so. Yeah.
And you're still just churning them out. So that leads me to the other question again. Why? I'm not asking this in a scumbaggy way. I really like.
Right.
I know it's always going to come off that way, but I swear I really want to know.
Well, because I genuinely like to make the content. It's not for me. It's not about like the views or the
Oh,
comments.
don't be that person. Come on, come on.
Well, if it was about the views, like I would be turning out videos like once a week and doing literally nothing else. It's literally just about the creative aspect. I like the whole process that goes into the scripting, the editing, the filming, the skits, the stupid corny jokes that no one else laughs at, the overproduced like intros and outros and stuff that no one gives a shit about. The fact that I can just do that to me is just mind-blowing and I love to do it. So, like you're asking me why I make videos. Well, why does an artist who doesn't sell shit make art? It's because it's something that they like to do. Like, I don't get paid a lot of money for this. Okay. It's never been a full time job. It will never be a full time job. In fact, the moment it does become about the money is, I think, the moment it's going to be unengaging for me, you know?
Do you
Like,
think?
I won't want to do it the moment that I become this big shot money making YouTube person because it'll be about the grind instead of the passion. It's super corny, it's super cheesy, but I genuinely feel this way.
No, that's all right. I like. I gotta admit, as as much as I can never understand that whole. It's not about the views. It's like then make it private. That's not. There's no way. There's no way that can be it. Everything else you kind of said made a lot of sense, especially the artist thing. Because do you find like the videos that you make are a way to vent, and it gives you like this because you said two things. You said like the fact that you're able to make all these intros and outros and everything blows your mind. So like, do you think the fact that you have a platform to make these videos and showcase it is just a way, your personal way to express yourself?
Yes. So my actually okay, so this is gonna like we're gonna take you back
It can be
in
as,
history.
yeah, go for it.
It's gonna be super gay right here.
I was gonna say that word until you said history, but I'm like, this is gonna be the gayest thing of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Okay, so I come from a family of
Queers.
people no, who just document shit for the sake of it. Like my grandfather from oh gosh, the 30s onwards, he had like this camera or whatever, or however, as soon as he could purchase a camera, he had a camera and he was filming everyday life. He was like the original vlogger, but he never posted any of it online because, you know, he's an absolute what's the year like what's the generation before boomer? Is it like a Gen X?
A dinosaur.
Yeah, well, he was a dinosaur. So, but he was filming everything. He took all these pictures, he has all these slides, and we have them as a family. I mean, go back and look at what life was like back then and his commentary, because he was narrating the whole time everything that was going on as it was going on, pointing out who was who in these family videos. And it was so fascinating to me. And I loved it. And then on my grandmother's side, she would write literally everything down. I have a journal for the first like 10 years of my life that she would take and document like every single day, everything that happened to me, that I can just go back and see exactly what happened to me on X day during X year of my childhood. So nothing is forgotten. And so it just kind of naturally transitioned once my grandmother stopped doing all those videos, once my grandmother stopped doing all those journals, once my grandfather stopped doing all those videos and pictures as much, I kind of naturally took up that mantle of documenting my thoughts and feelings and like what was going on in the present as I was existing to kind of get my thoughts down. And I was like, I really want to make this or marry these two concepts together. So the writing aspect and the video production aspect and make it something that's more my own and then produce it and like just put it out there. Cause I don't want to just sit on it forever and ever and ever. I do want it to transcend my existence. So I just want to keep it out there forever so that
Oh,
there's
okay. I get what you're saying
some
there.
footprint of my existence on the digital historical archives.
Yeah, until like you die, and then after 10 years, YouTube's like, all right, well, we need to scrub our servers a little bit. Yeah, we could throw this in the trash bin. Just throw this whole Weebo Jones in there.
Yeah, fuck this bitch.
Just like put the trash can over the balcony and just start shaking it. Da-da-da-da-da.
Exactly.
That's a cool
But yeah,
concept. Do you think if your family was born, like your grandparents, if they were born in this time, they would have been doing the same exact thing that you're doing? Not the same exact thing, but like just broadcasting themselves on a platform like YouTube?
oh, absolutely. I think my grandparents probably would have been big internet people because they're big people. Like they traveled the
People,
world
people.
8 times while I was alive.
Mm.
So they missed a whole bunch of my birthdays. But they traveled the
Oh,
world. They
jeez.
went places.
That's a shot. That is a shot and a half right there, folks. I mean, my God.
Yeah. So obviously we didn't matter that much to them. No, I'm just kidding. But they would
I
travel, they
hated
would
them.
meet new people, they would see all these cool things. And they would take, like, they would send us postcards, but they would also just document everything that they were seeing as they were seeing it and tell us all about it when they got home and bring home a whole bunch of like souvenirs, which was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's how I know that Turkish delight exists. But
Unreal.
they would do all this shit, and I was just so fascinated by it, and the fact that they could just recount everything that they knew and then show us these slideshows, and I was like, that's so cool. I want to travel someday too. But I know for a fact that had they been like alive, or had they been my age, like when the internet, or had they been around for the internet at its prime, or had it come out at its prime when they were my age. Yeah, that's how I want to phrase that. They would have been on that. Definitely, 100%. Like, maybe as like a vlogger or as like a blogger or something, they would have been interconnected with people all around the world. And I think that's also the coolest thing about it is that um it's not so much the views as the people that I get to interact with, that I meet online, that I really enjoy that aspect. Because I get comments from people in like friggin' Australia or England, Scotland, or some distant, forgotten place in the America continent or whatever. And they'll
Idaho.
have Idaho. Yeah, distant Idaho.
Yeah, very long
I get
distance.
comments from them, or they reach out to me and we have good conversations, and they have such a unique perspective that I would never in my entire life come across because we lead different lives, but it brings us together, and that's definitely a plus, I think. That is what keeps me doing it just as much as the passion aspect is the people that I meet.
Have you
I don't want
ever?
to sound super gay and be like, "Oh, I have made all these friends on the internet. I've never met them." I've met a few of them in real life, so it's
Oh,
not.
you have.
Yeah, I have.
Like, how long did it take for you to actually meet someone? Because like with, and how did that go about? Like, was it just based off a YouTube comment, and you're like, hey, how's it going?
So I think it was no, it was based off of a collab that I did. So
Look at that, bringing back the collabs.
kind of. So Ranting Monkey was actually the first person to ever shout me out. Are you
Oh
familiar?
yeah, dude. I haven't fucking talked. I remember me and him bonded a little bit because of our fucking spinal problems. I wonder how he's still. Is he alive? What is he doing?
Yeah, he's still alive. He's doing
Good. That's
live
good to be
streaming on his
alive.
channel.
He's what?
Yeah. He's doing live streams basically on his channel, just live streams daily, I think, at this point. He
Okay.
does a show called Monkey in the Morning. But at the time he was doing, yeah.
That's a good. That's actually a really good fucking. I kind of want to steal that. I'm gonna steal that name.
You're gonna say that name? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not longer gonna be Monday Morning Dullard. It's gonna be Monday Morning Monkey.
Okay. But yeah, so he shouted me out for a video that I did, going all the way back. It was a hashtag everything is sexist video. I can't even remember exactly what the topic was on, but he shouted me out, and that was when I first blew up, quote unquote. I got like 3,000 subs from that, I think, which is pretty cool. That was a first experience for me. I was used to only getting like 100 views at a time.
So innocent.
For
You're so
people,
innocent. It's beautiful.
I was such a baby. Um, But so he shouted me out, and then he's like, "Oh, come on, Lords of the Night," because at the time he was doing a co-host stream with Sometime American and Scribe Light, and so that continued on for a while, and we were decent, you know, we were close and whatnot. But then Sometime American reached out to me. She goes, "I'm leaving the Lords of the Night. Would you like to do like a one-on-one stream with me, a co-host kind of thing?" So we would just talk basically. With like some sort of format, and we called it Two Girls One Stream.
Uteruses of the evening. Oh, okay. Two girls, one stream. That's a
Yeah.
better. Your name's better.
Yeah, I think so too. And then we rebranded to call it The Professionals because we had a chronic technical issue,
I get it.
and that was fun. But while we were doing that, we went to VidCon together, and this was the year after everyone else went to VidCon.
Oh,
so
see, I forget that you're a nerd. You're a little bit of a nerd.
I'm very much a nerd. What
Yeah,
are you talking
you're
about? I have a D&D session this weekend.
Oh my god, I have buddies that play that weekly, and then my one buddy goes to me. He's like, "Hey, me and my friend are gonna play Magic the Gathering. You want to come watch an awesome like match?" And I'm like, "I don't even." I don't know what the fuck that is, bro. And I actually
It's
went
a card game.
It was a card game. I saw he every like 3 minutes he kept turning to me like, we can teach you how to play the game if you ever want to learn. Like we can teach you. And it's like, dude, I've been on my phone drinking a beer this entire time. I'm here for moral support. Like I don't want to learn
Like,
this fucking
you
game.
put that card.
Yeah.
Yay, you.
Yeah, the Yankees had an off day. That's why I'm here. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing?
Oh my gosh, you're such a dude.
That's not. I like the teams.
The sports
I watch.
ball.
Yeah,
That's
sports ball. I love sports. I fucking yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I would not begrudge you your enjoyments.
But yeah, what were you saying? You went to VidCon,
So I went to
and that's always in California, right?
Yeah, so I went to
And this is
VidCon. That was my
real
first
quick though. What state do you live in, or when you?
Illinois.
Is that far away from California?
It's like the Midwest. Illinois?
That's another state that's forgotten about.
That's where Chicago is, dumbass.
Is it really?
How do you not
Get
know
the fuck out of here! No, it's not. Chicago's nowhere near Illinois.
I swear to God, that's
That's like going to a really shitty restaurant or like a really shitty diner, but they do one thing just right. It's like, listen, don't get anything else on the menu. You get the pierogies. That's it. Don't touch anything. Get pierogies. Get a soda. Make sure it's in a can and get the pierogies. That's it. Nothing else. Get a soda, any kind you like. All right, so you go from Illinois, Chicago, which is bullshit, to California, correct?
Yeah, so I went to California, met up with Some Dumb American, and we had a blast. Met up with Sofane and Fat Pat, the Poisoning the Well guys.
Are those the guys that like always wore like
The spiky dude, and then the guy with it's not like a mohawk.
Yeah, I gave up on that. Like, I think I started. Yeah, not in a trillion years. not in a trillion years. I'm all right. I'm good.
But yeah, so we met up with them. I met Billy the Fridge. I think Chris Raygun was there.
The name, Chris, the most overrated thing I've ever seen in my life. The name drops are insane. These names.
Barbara was there too. Barbara for you to see.
Who? I don't know any of these people.
Well, okay, but people were there and it was cool. But it was expensive, so I didn't end up going again because I don't make nearly enough money. Like technically, it was a business expense.
How much does it cost to get into VidCon?
VidCon itself.
You can hold the fucking phone, Weebo. Hold the phone. Everyone. Cut.
What?
What do you mean a business expense?
The whole trip was a business expense because I could justify it as a networking event.
So before this whole YouTube thing was, I'm just expressing myself, and I'm just, and my grandparents, they had photos, and my uncle had a camcorder, and my sister, she was a ballerina, and we just all about stressing. It's beautiful. It's just such a beautiful thing. The second you book a flight on Delta, hey, listen, Steve, my accountant, how am I going to write this off on my taxes for next year?
Actually, his name is George.
Of course it is. Jewy Georgington. fucking a bit. The second this becomes a business, I just don't see the fun in it. Oh, until it fucking benefits you. Okay.
Well, I
Unreal.
did get
I
paid.
can't believe I just got hit with that. I did not believe. Like, what? Are you kidding me?
I'm allowed to keep the money that I make.
I just got someone else's bill who ran up a tab. Oh my god.
I'm allowed to keep what I make. I was not making a whole lot, but I was making enough that I could pay for the trip to VidCon.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was nice. But it was still super expensive, and I had like equipment that I wanted to buy too. So it's a hobby that basically pays for itself.
But how much? But yeah, again, how much does a ticket just to enter VidCon? What is that, like $35?
So I got the extra special bells and whistles pass, so I think it was like 100 for me.
And what does the bells and whistles give you besides a regular entry?
So they have like floors. And
They have floors, so you're allowed to stand on floors. That's awesome.
No, they have floors like first floor, second floor, third floor. So you have like the main convention hall, which is just a bunch of vendors telling you about their product and whatnot, and giving you free merch and whatnot. And then you have the upper floors, which are like certain classes that you can take. And if you bought the extra special bells and whistles pass, you could take some of the classes on the second and third floors.
Huh.
There were like panels that you could attend where they would tell you about the things, the latest and greatest YouTube shenanigans. So I was curious, and I decided I could spend that money to see what that was all about, because, you know, I was probably never going to come back, most like, and so I wanted to make the most of my experience, and so I did. So I went to those panels. I learned some things. Apparently not enough, though.
What do you mean?
Well, because have you seen my view count currently?
Oh, well, it's not about the views, Weebo. Why do you keep bringing it back to that?
Oh my gosh. I was making a joke at my own expense. Am I not allowed to do that?
Not on this podcast, goddammit.
Oh no.
Oh no. But so there is classes on how not they don't know. You got snooked. You got snookered. They don't know what like to do to get you more views.
But they can tell you about certain products that are out there to help.
Of course, because they're trying to sell. Yeah, it's like saying,
right.
Hey, this car salesman, he knows a lot about Chevys. It's fucking amazing. It's like, yeah.
Well, it was something that I did out of curiosity.
You know what? I feel like I'm being a dick. I've been beating you up for the past like 10 minutes. Let me stop. I'm being such a fucking asshole right now.
Excuse me for wanting to do some self-improvement.
Yeah, I'm sorry for you living your dream.
You're going to tell me my degree was a scam too.
What was your degree in?
Computer science.
That's an actual degree. You learn. I think any degree where you're learning another language is a big deal. You learn, like, computer science is literally you're learning how computers talk. That's huge.
Oh yeah, and I use it every single day, so definitely worth it.
What do you do, like, as a career?
I'm a software engineer.
Well, there you go. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it, what kind of degree is it? Bachelor's, master's?
Bachelor's. I think I might go for my master's at some point, because the pay bump is insane, my dude.
Yeah, I've heard, like, it just, I mean, it makes sense. I wonder what they teach you differently in those extra 2 years.
But specialize in a certain area within
that's true.
Department. So, if I were to do it, I'd probably do something in artificial intelligence or robotics.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So you can then gain knowledge on converting the YouTube algorithm to only recommend to the billions of counts to your content.
Exactly.
Oh, if you like baking a souffle, you'll love Weebo Jones talking about the government.
Indeed. Well, yeah, because so in college, that was actually one of the focuses of my degree, was specifically artificial intelligence. And then I didn't end up using it when I went in as a software engineer until, actually, no, I'm still not using it. The artificial intelligence part, the rest of everything else I'm using. But
gotcha. Okay.
I had to start somewhere.
No, dude, that's a legit degree. So good for you on that. Did you what college did you go to?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, that's fine.
That's there's some things about me that are still like Weebo is not my real name, so I'd rather not
I figured. I don't think your parents, while they were recording all of your family history, were like we're gonna go with Weebo.
Yeah, no, absolutely
Woo,
not.
we
My grandma
Weebo.
loves Japan, but not that much.
But when going back to VidCon, so
Yeah,
you flew out there, I'm guessing by yourself, correct? Because there's no other person who makes
yeah,
YouTube videos that lives in Illinois.
right.
So then you fly out to VidCon by yourself, and then you met up. It seems like with around half a dozen people.
Yeah.
And did you?
So
Did you? Yeah,
I,
go ahead.
I met SDA at the airport, and then we
SDA. Some okay, I get it.
some American, and then
Yes.
we headed over to the Anaheim from the LAX, I think it was. So we headed over there using a lift, and that was expensive too.
A lift?
Oh yeah, lift ride, shared lift ride all the way from LAX to Anaheim.
How long of a drive was that?
I want to say it was like 40 minutes or so.
And at that time, especially with the airport, what was it like $60?
Yeah, but $60 for a college student whose
Oh, that's right. This
only
is
source of income
okay. That's fair.
is YouTube is expensive. Like now, it's not that big a deal, but then it was a big deal.
Fair enough. Fair. Well, you guys probably split it too, 50-50.
Right? Yeah, but still, like
I get it.
that was
You're eating ramen noodle all day. I get it.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think VidCon, yeah, that was like an entire weekend. Then I flew back. And then I didn't meet anyone else until SideQuest. Are you familiar with SideQuest?
Am I familiar with side quest? She asked.
I think not because
No.
it's nerdy. So of course not.
What was that a game? Is it like a card game or something?
So Magog of Morskar.
Not in a million years. Not in a million. Me and Jem to this day are like flabbergasted that this guy hasn't shot himself.
Oh, don't be so mean. He's a really sweet guy.
No, he's the nicest guy in the world, but like I wouldn't be like Billy Joel, who is one of like the most successful American musicians of all time.
Uh-huh.
Like was an alcoholic for half of his life, probably because for every other night at Madison Square Garden he had to play Piano Man. It's like Magog's a great guy. He's not as famous as Billy Joel, and the fact that he's like doing the same character, it's just like I'd be off the Washington Bridge. I'd be like with
Well, it's his
head
original
first.
character. Like he's got an entire like backlog of lore that he's affiliated with it. And now that we've done the whole rebrand thing,
Yeah, I'd be in the
he's
bathtub
making
with my.
that stick.
It'd be like 13 Reasons Why in the bathtub, like after season one. I not, but all right.
Like, God.
So okay, so he's doing a thing called side quest, correct?
Well, okay, so it started off as kind of like a insult improv comedy show, and we do it like once every Friday. It started off with Beardy, the Beardbarian, and Vamp
Oh my
Candy.
god, I forgot about that dude. How's he doing?
He is a
Dead.
house spouse now.
He's a what?
He does house husband things. Like he's a stay at home husband.
Oh, he's a stay-at-home. Okay, so he doesn't.
Yeah.
So, like, is he a dad also, or just a stay-at-home husband?
No, just a stay at home husband right now. I don't think that they're in a position to have kids yet at this point.
This motherfucker's
they're
living the
hoping
dream.
to.
Doesn't he live
Yeah,
off the
that's
grid or whatever?
kind of. He's in Canada, so things are a little bit different up there, from what I understand. But yeah, so it was between him, Van Candy, and Magog Morskar. They did the insult improv comedy show for a season, and then season 2 rolled around, and Vamp Candy went off and did her own thing, and Beardy and Magog were like, "Oh, we need to get another co-host," and so we got 2 co-hosts. That was me, who played the Nameless Thief, which was a rogue character without a name, mainly because I just couldn't fucking come up with a name. But the other one was Erilyn the Pixie, who is stuttering soliloquy. No? Not familiar?
No clue. Stuttering.
Okay.
Stuttering. So.
Soliloquy. I know. It's a mouthful.
Yeah. No. I wish I probably at this point already deleted my channel and just like stopped watching that kind of content on YouTube.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we did that for about 2 years for every Friday, and then I had to go on hiatus because that was also when I was like in the prime of college. So I had to go on a hiatus for a couple of years while I was finishing school. And then when I came back to SideQuest, I rebranded myself as the Nameless Thief, but I was a pirate now. And at that point, we had a whole bunch of other new SideQuest co-hosts, and I got to meet Thornton Midnight in person. Actually, we live pretty near each other, so we visit each other regularly. I go over to her house, we drink. She comes over to my house, she drinks and eats my food. Because I'm a big person about like feeding guests. It's like I don't know, I can't
You
not.
just want to make what's it called? Charcuterie board?
Oh no, I'll make a full ass meal. I don't even
Yeah.
care. When she came over last time, I made breakfast and dinner and not lunch because we went to the Renaissance Fair halfway through the day. So we ate at the Renaissance Fair. But I love to cook for people and I love to feed them. I'm gonna be a great mom someday.
Yeah, I guess so. So
Mhm.
so you made a bunch of food for a bunch of nerds
Yeah,
and
and in that party of nerds that showed up for the Renaissance Fair, we had. Are you familiar with Chaos Eve?
dude, the names are unreal. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay, well she's a stream buddy of mine.
Okay.
But we
Are
know
any
each
of these
other
girls on like
IRL.
OnlyFans or like they do webcam stuff? Because like maybe then I'll be interested. Until then, I like.
No,
Oh, this is boring. Next.
sorry.
Next.
But yeah, I've met people in real life. Some of them are YouTubers, some of them not so much YouTubers. I think Eve is actually a Twitch streamer rather than a YouTuber. But we
Ooh,
met through.
fancy. Look at her.
Yeah, I know, right? But we met through doing, the YouTube shenanigans. I would not have met any of these people had I not been on YouTube. And I
That
have
must be nice,
plans
right?
to meet more people. Yeah, it is.
But you haven't met anyone yet that like lives nearby or eventually moved close by to you where you can hang out with them on a regular occurrence.
Well, like I said, Thorn lives like a 20-minute drive from me.
Oh, it's
So I can just
nothing. Yeah,
hop over to her house
that's great.
in an afternoon. Yeah,
There
if the
you go.
traffic's not atrocious, which it usually
Now she
is.
lives like outside of the state of Illinois, right? Because there's just no way.
No, she
Okay,
lives in the state of Illinois.
that blows my mind.
She and I are like one of the two internet people that live in Illinois.
Outside of Chicago,
Yeah.
which is still like I don't believe you. I don't.
Really?
There's no way.
We look it up on a map.
There's no way O block. There's no way zero block in Chicago is in Illinois, America. Like there's just no way. It makes no sense.
What's O Block?
Oh, it's like just this insanely like dangerous area in Chicago. It's
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
born in the ghetto, in the ghetto. Yeah, it's just a bad.
Oh, that song.
Well, yeah, it's just a bad area.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's in here, I think. If it's in Chicago, it's in Illinois.
It blows my mind. Blows my mind. So Chicago, drive-bys, and corn. Okay,
Yeah,
that's an
basically, yeah.
it's an interesting state. What else do you guys have there?
Um, the Great Lakes, technically, or at least one of them.
Really?
Yeah, Lake
Hold
Michigan
on.
is right off.
All right, hold on. I gotta like stop the podcast for a second. Well, not. All right, hold on. American states map. I spelled
This is
states
like
wrong.
blowing my mind the fact that you don't know this.
Well, my geography is like. This is not. I need a. See, I hated what Google did with the pictures. Then they put them to the side. I just need a big. All right. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's Midwest. This is like.
Yeah.
This is more Middle East.
No, this is the Midwest.
No. Hold on. Everyone, hold on. Everyone, stop the phone. California. All right. Take Alaska and Hawaii out of it. They're out of the
Okay.
picture, right? You got
Okay.
New York, New Jersey to the right. That's East Coast, right?
Yeah.
You got California. That's West Coast, right?
Yes.
Now let's go back to East Coast. Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Massachusetts, of course. I would put Pennsylvania, East Coast, correct?
Pennsylvania, yes. Yeah,
100%. 100. Virginia,
yeah.
North Carolina. It's all East Coast. I think you start getting to the middle when you start hitting maybe Ohio, right? Even though that's on Eastern Standard Time. So maybe Kentucky, Indiana, that's when you start hitting the not East Coast. Would you say that?
Yeah, I'd say that. Indiana's still on Eastern Standard Time, but Illinois is the crossover point
So
for
that's the thing.
Central.
You just started in the middle, Illinois. You can't be Midwest. You're Mid East.
Well, because the starting point is east, right?
What do you mean? What's
Like
East
this.
East? You're filibustering. What are you doing?
Okay, all right.
What are you doing?
Filibustering. I said like 2 words. So,
2 words too many. Your Honor.
so when the Pilgrims came over, they
Who?
landed on the East Coast. The Pilgrims.
Yeah. What about?
Yeah. So when they came over, they landed on the East Coast,
Okay.
and then they
Yes.
progressively moved west.
Okay.
So when they got to the Midwest, they were like, "Oh, this must be the middle of the place because there's no fucking way that it could be going any
Well,
further
just
than
because
this."
someone was wrong 200 plus years ago, it doesn't mean we can't correct them now in 2022.
It absolutely does. What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? It's not the Midwest. You even said, always forget that my computer's touchscreen. I love that aspect. You just said that Illinois is the first state that goes away from Eastern Standard Time to Central Time. That's yeah. You're Mid East. Kansas is middle. Colorado and Utah are Midwest. And then once you get to like maybe parts of Arizona, Nevada, Oregon, California, that's west.
Listen, my
I'm
guy,
looking at
I
the
don't.
map.
I don't know why you're yelling at me. I did not make
You're
the
defending
map.
it. You're defending
I'm
it.
defending it.
You defended it. You said it was Midwest.
Well, yeah, because that's what everyone knows it as. It is colloquially referred
Just
to
because
as
everyone's
the
wrong doesn't make them
Midwest.
right.
Are you sure about that?
That one actually I'm not sure about. I'm part of everyone, and I'm not. There's no fucking way. And then don't get me started. If I threw in Alaska and Hawaii, you might as well be in fucking Manhattan right now. Like, this is ridiculous.
Well, wait, if you threw in Hawaii, then definitely, yeah, it does constitute as the Midwest.
No, if I threw in, listen, lady, if I threw in Hawaii's in the Pacific Ocean, correct?
Uh-huh.
That's as west as you can be. That means
Nah.
wait, nah. What does that mean? Nah.
It means no.
So that means you're closer to me, East Coast, than you are Hawaii, West Coast.
Nah.
Unreal. You knew you dropped the ball on that. You're like, oh fuck, that's right. Pacific.
Nah. Well, California doesn't count anyway, so let's just nix all
What
of
is
that.
that? What does that mean? It's right there on the map. I see it.
California is not a real place.
Dude, I want to go there.
Really?
Do you know how awesome the weather is there?
Well, yeah, but you could go anywhere else and have awesome weather too.
Oh, trust me. I've been
And it
wanting.
would cost a lot less.
Costa Rica is definitely I really have been thinking about it. It's more me just. I think I might go there on like a 3-month trip and then see what it's like. And I understand it's different to live there. It's like, I know, but like I'm going to really try to stay out of any tourist area and like really try to up my Spanish before going there so I can get at least a little bit, a sample feel of it.
And 3 months is like a decent chunk of time.
Yeah, it's not a 2-week vacation. It's fucking 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun, actually.
Dude,
Just like
weather there, the women
Going.
there, just the food there. Hell yeah.
I don't think I've been to Costa Rica.
What
Have you ever? You've been then, right?
No, I've never been
No.
outside the country. I want to leave.
What?
I want to leave so bad.
Oh my gosh. You've never been outside the country?
Never been
How
outside.
old are you?
Don't you dare. I'm in my late 20s. I'm in my late 20s. I'm getting old, dude. I'm getting old. I didn't realize like how much older I am than you. Like when I heard
yeah.
how old you were, I'm like, oh God, I'm dying. Like this
Hey,
is
no,
bad.
travel while you can.
gotta
Travel
get
while you still
Cialis.
have the capacity to do so.
Now you have a boyfriend. Did you meet him, by the way, from like YouTube, or you just
Oh
actually
God,
like?
no.
Okay.
I would never date someone in the
Yeah,
online
exactly.
sphere.
Like I would never date a geeky fucking loser.
I actually we're high school sweethearts, so we've been dating since junior year of high school.
So how many years is that? Like 6,
That's 7, almost
7?
8.
Wow, look at you guys.
Hmm.
That means he's gonna ask to marry you soon.
Yeah, actually. The plan is get engaged when we get a house, and that's coming up here in about 14 months. So,
Look at you guys, and you're gonna get a house in Illinois.
unfortunately, yes,
Why? Why? Unfortunately.
because it's Illinois.
Just fucking move somewhere. You guys, you just told me about traveling. You guys can fucking move, find some easy gigs, and then do your YouTube stuff, and then bam, live wherever you
Well,
want.
yes, but we're kind of connected to his job for the time being because he's also going to school currently while he's working. And in order to,
So then why don't you
like,
just keep renting?
because we're very quickly outgrowing this place and it's kind of a shithole.
Is it a 1 bedroom?
It's a 2 bedroom, but
2 bath?
2 bedroom, 1 bath.
Yeah, the 1 bath can always get a little, yeah.
Well, it's that, and also like we got so much crap. Like when I moved out, everyone else was downsizing, so they gave us a whole bunch of shit, and I'm still trying to like sort through it, but not throw anything away because we might need it. But it's a weird point in my life right now where we have too much stuff but not enough space, and so we're just kind of existing with boxes in places, and it's driving me insane. If I could have a house with a decent sized shower and a nice sized kitchen, I would be happy.
Yeah, I mean, anytime like you see an apartment complex doing renovations, the two things they hit up are the shower or the bathroom and the kitchen. So yeah, those are
Mhm.
like obviously the main two things that someone wants with their living environment.
Oh yeah, and this place I can guarantee you has not been renovated since it was built in the 70s, and the reason I know that for certain is because the owner of the building is my grandmother.
Oh my god. So you must
Yeah.
at least be paying like a really good amount for this place.
Oh yeah, for the area that we're in, I'm paying dirt cheap, which is great for saving up money, which is how we can save up for the down payment, but like it's still like we we get the exterminator once a quarter because we had a cockroach problem
Oh
when we
god.
started moving in. It was
That is
we
no
moved
bueno.
in just as the apartment I think it was the apartment directly above us actually, or maybe the apartment directly diagonal above us that had moved out. And when I went in there to check on the place, because I'm acting building like manager basically.
Uh-huh.
So I go and I clean the building when it needs to be cleaned and I clean out the apartments and do maintenance and whatnot. So I go upstairs to check on the apartment and I'm walking around making sure like they didn't steal the stove and shit. And I'm seeing these
They
like
steal the
weird little
stove.
I don't know, but I'm seeing these weird gross little bug things on
Oh
the floor
god,
and I'm
no.
like, "What
Oh
the
no.
fuck is that?" And
Oh.
then I go in the bathroom and the ceiling above the toilet
Nope.
is corroded and
Nope.
caved in.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
And there was a water leak from the toilet above, but
Oh.
there were cockroaches
Oh,
everywhere and they were dead.
not in a quadrillion years am I living in this. I don't care if they're paying me to live in this place. Not in a bazillion years would I live there.
Yeah, so, why don't you keep renting? That's why.
Yeah, but those aren't your only options. If like I'm either homeless or I get cockroaches. Like there's other
Uh,
locations, Weebo.
well, okay, so the cockroach problem is no longer an issue. It was at the beginning, but it's no longer an issue, and it wasn't that big of an
Yeah,
issue
because you burnt the
personally in
complex
my
down like a normal human.
right, yeah. So it's not an issue anymore. But like just to give you an example of one of the things that is driving me insane about this building.
That's just what.
Plus, I'm kind of sick and tired of dealing with tenants.
Why do you have to deal with the tenants?
Because I'm acting building manager. Like the deal is, I get half off rent if I maintain the place.
Fuck you, Grandma. I'm not doing errands for you. Fuck that shit. Dude, I'd fucking pack my bags tonight.
Kidding me? Half off rent?
Yeah, so what? I don't want to do it. I'm more of a I don't want to do stuff. But I don't know if you noticed that about me.
I did. Yeah, I did notice.
So I would be like, no, no. Sorry that you need a hip replacement. I'm not fucking knocking on doors.
Yeah. Well, so it's decent for what it is right now, but not forever. I cannot do this forever.
No, no. Eventually, yeah. But you guys are in your mid-20s. Is he around the same age as you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You said high school sweethearts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
About 9 months apart, give or take.
Yeah. So you guys are like, yeah. So you guys have all the time in the world. You're fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No rush.
Dude, you actually said one thing a long time ago. I think when I had my YouTube channel, right? Mm-hmm. So this is around 5 years ago.
Okay.
That has stuck with me.
Really?
100%. I sometimes think I think about this a lot, actually, more than like I should. It was one of those things, and it's because for one I disagree with you, and I was like pissed, and I was pissed that you said it. I was like, I was livid. I was fuming. I was like, I can't believe.
Oh, now I'm so curious. What did they say?
You made either a tweet or you responded to a tweet or something, talking. There was like an article. It was one of those like gay articles. And it was how pickup trucks have gotten a lot bigger over the years. And like the article was saying like, obviously like this is just another way for men to show how big their dicks are, right? And I get it. Gay article. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember what you said, but basically you made this fugazi argument of like, how like trucks need to be bigger because like there's a lot like I think you even like said something along the lines like I'm from da 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 da. I think you even said Midwest and
yeah, I did.
We need pickup trucks to put the da da da, and I'm just like over here like I hate you. No, you don't. I lived in the tri-state area my whole life. Everyone who's owned a pickup, there's never, outside of a Mexican guy who has 80 folding chairs in his pickup truck, there has never been a reason to own a pickup truck in this area. Yet so many losers own pickup trucks in this area.
So like I have 6 family members that own pickup trucks.
Uh-huh.
And they all use them for work. Like this is not me.
There's no need for a 4-seated pickup truck that you can, sometimes I just like beating out in the mountains and having a little shelf for my laptop and then my coffee and these leather seats.
They work construction.
It's bullshit. They don't need.
My dad doesn't use it for work, but he uses it for pleasure. So he uses it to haul his toys around.
You can get a Tahoe. Get a sedan. Get a Suburban. Okay? You don't need a pickup truck.
The 1-ton truck needs to be 1 ton in order to haul his trailer.
Just say you like to have a big pickup truck. Why can't people just say that?
But I don't own one.
Okay, but that's the reason why the majority of people own a big pickup. They just want to have a big truck.
Well, that's part of the reason, obviously. But I'm like legitimately the only people that I know that own a truck actually have a legitimate reason to own the truck.
So we're all going based off all the people that own a pickup truck in America. And like, let's just say like the jumbo size ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the percentage of those people that actually utilize the capacity of that truck? That like, not even capacity, that like, it's like, all right, yeah, it makes sense for that person to have that truck. What's the percentage?
Probably less than 50%.
It's
a lot less. It's probably less than 25%.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Keep going, Bob.
I don't disagree that people like to be showy with their toys, which is not a problem.
Never said it was. Never said that's the thing. Never said it was. Show off your cock. I don't care.
I was being legitimate in my personal lived experience there.
I read between the lines. You were pissed at how gay that article was, which I get. It was
because it was stupid.
It was one of those faggy articles. I get it. Like, but like, I'm over here. I was to this day. I think about that reply that you had. To this day, I'm like, oh,
Good.
you lying through your goddamn teeth. What are you doing?
Good. Good. That means that I had some sort of profound
You
effect and
did.
that
You did. You
I
had
won't fade off into obscurity.
dude, I swear to you, every now and then, especially if I see like one of those like old '90s pickup trucks that's like the size of a fucking smart car next to like this fucking Toyota Tundra, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, fucking Weebo, and that Fugazi argument. They can both lug the same amount of stuff too.
No, towing capacity is different for the bigger trucks than it is for the
Don't.
smaller
Now you're
trucks.
just talking shop. Now you're trying to one up me with your knowledge and shit. I'm not gonna take it. Don't come at me with stats and facts and shit. I don't got time for this shit.
Which actually does beg the question, if it is about clout, why don't more people own semi trucks?
Because who the fuck, dude? Like that is about clout for like the guy who's like like that's for that. That's clout for that guy. That's not clout for the other 79% of people who have more than 6 brain cells in their head. They don't have
Fair
an
enough.
elbow tattoo. They don't have a fucking sticker that says Salt Life on the back of their fucking truck. They just
Wait, you've seen those stickers?
Yeah, by the way, what the fuck does it mean?
Oh, okay, all right. Let me explain it to you because I actually
Please?
know for a fact.
Wait, can I pause this for a second and get a soda?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Yeah, please explain Salt Life.
So, Salt Life is a company that sells like apparel and whatnot for fishermen people. But what they actually do, or at least in my experience, how I know about them is I was down in Florida for my cousin's wedding last year, and we went deep sea fishing with the Salt Life dudes. So they are, I guess, trying to start a company where they take people out to the deep, dark blue sea place and they go deep sea fishing for like flounder and whatever the fuck that you go fishing for. I don't know personally what else you fish for, except for when I went out there, I got the worst sunburn of my life. We caught absolutely nothing and I was miserable the whole time. And my face puffed up like a fish. But the next day, the Salt Life dudes took us out on the boat again to go fish for these things called tarpon, which are these ancient freaking dinosaurs. They're massive as fuck and hard to catch, but you're not actually supposed to kill them. You're just supposed to catch and release. But we went back out the next day because we didn't catch anything, and we were super bummed about it. And we caught a huge freaking fish. But yeah, so they're a fisherman company, and that's their clothing line. Basically, their merch, and so they just hand them out because that's like the best way to gain notoriety for your company. I don't know if you know this, but like merch for a company and brand affiliation, fantastic way to get brand recognition.
Oh, so you're saying I should hand out stickers of the podcast?
Yeah, stickers for the podcast. T-shirts are always a lot of fun, but they have to be like decent T-shirts. They can't be those cheap shit, stuff that falls apart.
Oh, so the soft touch type T-shirts.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they gotta be nice T-shirts, like things that people will actually want to wear, and you have to invest in a really decent logo. Otherwise, no one cares, and it's got to be recognizable too.
Not in a trillion years would I be able to figure out a good logo. But so there are clothing / merch area, and also they have a little side hustle where they take people out to go deep diving for fish, flounder. Okay, that's Wait, how did you go deep dive? You didn't go in Illinois, did you say at one point?
No, I went to
else?
Florida
You were
for
in
my cousin's wedding.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. All right then. I know it's so. I thought it was like some. I thought it was just something really gay. I thought it was like something like that was like cool to say, like the like chive on thing or whatever. Like
No.
so now it doesn't seem now it just seems like it's just a brand like Supreme or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
But saltier.
That was wow. Wow. That one
I
hurt.
didn't know that.
That
I didn't
hurt.
know that many people like I don't know had the decals on their trucks.
Oh, I
Like I've
see him.
seen
I see him so many
two in
times.
Illinois.
But now
Really?
it makes sense that they're on pickup trucks when I see them or Jeeps because
Mm-hmm.
it's that guy. It's that
Right.
like they tell. I drink my beer in 7-ounce bottles because I like my beer to stay cold. Oh, you should flip the burgers. And when I cook,
They
I
probably at least have one, if not two, Yeti products too.
Yeti. Oh, like the fucking like the coolers.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not touching Igloo. It's all Yeti.
Oh gosh, no. My family is a Yeti brand whores. I kid you not.
Yeah,
I have like 4 Yeti products in this household right now.
I can't, that guy just exists with his cargo shorts and his like just his dumb face, and he's just wearing sandals and he's just flopping around
He is living his best life.
and it's affecting me, Weebo. It's my headphones just came on. I'm livid. It's affecting all of us. It is bringing us down as a society.
Is it though?
Oh, it's
Or is it
100.
just bringing you down?
In my society, it's bringing me down. I'm the Lord and Emperor
Yeah.
of my world, and if it was up to me, he'd be murdered by the court jester. Like just fucking hung at the like unreal. That it's God. One of the few good things from these assholes that came about is when they soup up their Jeep Wranglers, because those look fucking baller.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. When it's got like the big monster truck tires and it looks like basically like a Hummer H1. It's like, all right, that's every now and then a retard's gonna do something cool.
Clock is right twice a day.
100%. I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, if your boyfriend is like exactly the guy I just described.
No, actually, all of the Yeti products that we have were gifts.
Okay.
Because that's just what you get people for Christmas in this family, I guess.
Gotcha.
Like my dog's even got a Yeti dog bowl.
True. I want to go back to your channel then.
Yeah.
And let's see. Because I feel like when I first met you, you were more invested, not like, I guess emotionally into the videos. Do you think you cared a little bit more just because you're young and more emotional, or am I reading it wrong?
Absolutely, 100%. No, you are 100% correct. I was a little bitch. Not like a little bitch, but I was like a bitch back in the day. And I reveled in it. And I went out of my way to seek that conflict that
Jesus, I
everyone
thought you
else was
said
chasing.
cum. I was like, that's a cliff that right there. I was
No,
seeking and chasing this cum. It's like, well, you're in the wrong video format, my dear sweetheart.
Yep. But no, I was chasing all of this conflict because I just, for whatever reason, the headbutting that went on in the community, it gave me life, and I was bored to tears because I was in college, right? And the only thing that I had really going on was studying, more studying, studying again, and then frat parties, which I wasn't super interested in. So I'm like, all right, so how can I keep myself from being bored? Oh, I know. I'll just not troll online, but I'll piss people off on the internet. See how that works out. And I just absolutely did not give a fuck. Now I'm older, I'm wiser, I have no free time. I'm like, yeah, it's probably not worth getting worked up about anymore. So I'm a little bit more selective with what videos I produce. Just because, you want to be a little bit more well thought out, more entertaining, and plus the market's not there anymore for that kind of content. Like it had its time, it had its place. It's over now. Everyone's scrambling from the community to find the next niche. And I'm just here like, I really want to do creative stuff with skits and whatnot and still poke fun, but more in a good humored way, not in a way that's going to piss everyone off with me.
Yeah, I mean, it blows my mind how how it blows my mind the number of people that hopped on a wave. But what blows my mind is the percentage of those people being so untalented.
They were such low effort.
Some of the most
too.
untalented people I've ever met. And like they wouldn't even be able to play like the drums at like a third grade level. Like
Oh, no.
just no creativity, no I'm throwing myself into that. Like I'm not acting like I'm in there. But my God. And then like they wondered why they weren't doing well. It's like you suck. Like like really badly. Like you're in the entertainment business and you're not entertaining. That's like having a broken street light. It's just chaos at the intersection.
What is the point of you?
Yeah, you don't exist. You don't matter. So yeah, in a way, like and by the way, me and Jem, like we saw this years ago. Like, of course this is gonna like the bubble's gonna burst and all these nothings are gonna just be fumbling around. Like, who didn't see that? Like, in what world did you think, oh yeah, I can see myself making a 25 year career out of this? What? No way.
Yeah. No, it boggles my mind that people can't see the tides changing when they are, or can't disconnect from the thing as it is dying and jump onto whatever the fuck next is next. Or the idea that you can take something as temporal as a human attention span and turn it into a career and just coast that way, right? Because human interest is flexible. It's ever changing.
What does that mean?
Human interests, like, so the fashion industry, for example, it changes constantly. Something new is in style every season, and it's never the same thing as the previous season. And so things fall out of fashion, and those things that fall out of fashion become clearance items, and the things that are currently in fashion become super hot and expensive, and everyone wants them. Content is the same way, where it changes. You have to constantly be moving with the flow of the
I don't believe that though.
river.
I believe that maybe if like you're trying. Actually, no, I don't believe that at all. Honestly,
Really?
yeah, because I understand what you're saying. Like trends change, and things
Right.
that are hot today are going to be not tomorrow. But if you are just trying, if you actually want to be an entertainer, and like you want more views, you want more eyes on you and listeners on you, right? Like you want that. I think there's two two major roads that you can take. One could be like you just like try to stay on the trending thing, kind of like what you're saying. And if you do that, you're going to have to really stand out. Like really stand out, because so everyone and their mother is going to be doing that.
Right.
And
Because
that's
it's the easiest way.
easiest and hardest, because like you're now going into like a pond, into the ocean. So you have to really
Right.
stand out. And that's kind of what happened with like a lot of the people that made the videos that we made, where, once that stopped getting trendy, it's like, oh fuck, that's right. People weren't watching my shit because I was entertaining. It's because the topic was. But I think, but again, other people still do make a huge living with that, like multi-million, tens of millions, even hundreds of millions of dollar type careers with that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the top of the top that do that. I think the other road you can take, and this is more like someone, if you're an artist or whatever, is you do your thing. Same thing. You want to be entertaining. You want people to see you and hear you. but you do it the way that you want to do it. You're okay with burning bridges. You're okay making content that a lot of people probably don't have any interest in, but you keep doing it because of kind of what you said. Eventually, I think trends, it's going to hit you. Eventually, the thing that you're doing is going to be the hot thing. Kind of like sex appeal. Like at one point, like really big bulky guys were the thing. And then at one point, guys with shaped up beards were the thing. At one point, like skinny rock stars were the thing. So basically, like if you're a skinny rock star 10 years before it was cool, if you keep doing that, eventually like all the women are going to be all over you. The same thing with your entertainment thing. If you're doing something that you love doing, eventually it's going to hit. Now, sometimes it's like Van Gogh, where
after you die,
like you live poor, you die poor, and years later people are buying your paintings for tens, hundreds of millions of dollars. It sucks, but eventually, but that goes back to what you said originally in this episode. You want something to last, kind of almost, it seems like last after you're gone, correct?
Right.
Well,
yeah.
If you take the second path, that seems like it will have more of a chance than if you just hopped on trends, because in essence, there's really going to be no big catalog of you doing one thing. So if you keep doing one thing that you really, really like and you really enjoy, especially with the internet, if you do that, I really do think there's a high chance that eventually it's going to hit. If you're entertaining, you still have to be entertaining. You can't just, I'm going to just do what I like. It's like, yeah, you picking your nose, like, and the camera's off askew. Like, I mean, who knows? That could be a thing one day. Again, if it's not entertaining though, it's not that won't hit. Unless that also maybe that will become a trend. Not entertaining shit is entertaining. But what I'm just trying to say, because of the internet and everything, if you do that years later, if your thing become like, there's just a blip and a ton of people start coming to you for some reason, you had that one video that really hit, boom, you have this huge catalog of stuff that is very similar to the one thing that hit. So now all these people that love that one thing that was a success get to go back to this huge catalog of stuff that's also similar to that. So it's like, holy shit, you just got a fan base.
Feed into the fashion analogy that I gave you, because like eventually, like you say, you are super into momos, right? And that's your thing.
Who?
And
What's
it's always
a momo?
It's like a big poofy dress thing that's formless and whatnot. It's super ugly.
Momos. MOMOS? It looks like
I got
so. Dumplings.
MOMO.
Yeah, I got
really.
Yeah, these are dumplings.
Maybe did I get the word wrong?
I can go for some fried wontons so bad. Oh, I'm watching my parents' dog. I'm going to get some fried wontons.
It might be Momo with a space. Images.
Let me just Momo dress. Etsy. Damn, this girl thick. My God. Oh, my God. Oh, man, there's that creepy girl from the fucking Momo thing. God damn.
Oh, maybe it's Moo.
Unreal.
Maybe MOO.
Mumu dress. Mumu dresses. Images.
Yep, this looks like it.
Yeah, they just look like a big dress.
Yeah, it's a big dress. So say momos, whatever the fuck. Those are your thing. And they've always been your thing. They will always be your thing. You're just, you're a muumuu whore. And then eventually, fashion is like, muumuus are the shit. And suddenly, all of your entire wardrobe is in fashion.
Yeah, or
still applies.
Imagine if, like, for some weird reason, you only like making muumuus or momos or something. And
right.
like for some reason you have this weird, like, I just love making them. One day they're gonna hit. I don't know if that's like the way. See, that doesn't sound that. Now again, that's more of a business thing than an entertainment thing. I honestly, of course, they correlate, but at least with one, I don't know. I feel like that one's just a bad business plan. But if you're able to do something else on the side, it's like, all right, whatever. You just love doing it. But yeah, eventually it will hit. But again, it could hit after you die. It's happened with Van Gogh. It happened with a very talented writer and author. I think right at the end of his life, he was successful. I think so. I think he still was able to live in that success. It happened with I think like a guy who was this very old janitor. I think he was a janitor. Very old janitor. Well, at one point he wasn't old, but he died, and then they found these insane paintings, like, and stories of like artwork in his room. And like some people thought like, oh, this probably just means he's a pedophile, or this, but and it's like no, like some people thought no, he just really like he created these elaborate stories of kids being innocent and the evils upon a child. It was crazy, but again, no one knew about it because like he didn't do anything. Like he didn't even seem to try to tell people about him. They were just drawings that he made. So like shit, fucking the world's different, man. But if you want to hop on trends, you can do that too. Like that's more power to you or whatever if you're good, if you're successful with it. But for the people that don't get successful with it and then cry about it, it's like, you knew what you were trying to do, you little faggot. Like, don't fucking shut the fuck up.
Oh no, what did you think was gonna happen? Not this. Well,
yeah, come on, what are we doing?
Let's be honest with ourselves.
Are there some videos that if you look back, like when you make your videos, do you watch them going?
Oh, absolutely. Obsessively. Like right before I publish them, I do like a full run through to make sure everything is copacetic. But
is it like, do you get like shit like, oh God, me?
No, not necessarily. I think the further out I get from producing the video and going back to look at it, the more cringy it is in some cases, depending on the video, depending on the topic. To be quite honest, I feel less inclined to look at my older videos at this juncture in my life. And not because I'm like ashamed of anything in the video specifically, but it's kind of like a sad reminder because my face no longer looks like that. It I got mauled in the face by a dog in January.
Whoa.
And so now I have this big old scar right on my lip. So it looks different. Really? You barely notice it, but I notice it.
Oh, you notice it. That sucks. Yeah. Do you like do you care about it or are you over it? Like it's whatever, battle scar.
I kind of flip-flop. Like typically I'm not super broken up about it, but every once in a while, like you're looking at that's why I don't look at the videos but if you look at something from your past and you're like, oh, I used to look like that, it kind of is a stark reminder of, wow, that happened.
Gotcha. Yeah, no,
I used to look like that.
Yeah, I opened up your videos and I went from oldest to newest. I'm just looking at the why they call me Weebo. Oh, these are you. I can like. I'm actually getting cringy. Just get wrecked, frozen, loving an open door. Your oldest video and the anti-graduation speech.
Oh, don't watch that. You'll
I feel like we should watch it together.
You probably can't hear what I'm actually saying because I had I can't even remember the song, but I got copyrighted. But the song was playing over it way too loud, and I'm like, I'm such an idiot. Why didn't I sound equalize better?
Yeah, I mean the fact that you even knew what that was at that, like I don't even know what that is barely. Entertaining myself with company slogans. That's an interesting one. I think that's a good idea. Actually, I like that.
It was actually a rather fun video. I don't know how I came up with that idea.
YouTube pedophile. That was such a huge thing. For some reason, everyone was either racist or a pedophile on YouTube.
Really though, that's what it feels like.
It's like the two things to throw at people. Weebo ruins Adam. Alphas don't exist. Just the thumbnail makes it hurt. Like the badly cropped.
Oh, my thumbnails were not the greatest in the beginning.
I mean,
but you said you didn't want to have this conversation, didn't you?
No. By the way, the conversation I do want to have is this alphas don't exist thing. Because me and Jem actually had a big, we were throwing tomatoes at each other. Was that when he said that on his show that Adam guy, or on Joe Rogan's podcast?
It was when Adam made a video about how the alpha concept based off of the alpha wolf, like there is no observable alpha ishness in the wild. It's just I think it's the hierarchy of like parents versus cubs or whatever the child equivalent of a tiny wolf is.
I saw a wolf get murked by an eagle the other day, so I think wolves have to take a step back for a second.
What the fuck? Where do you live that you're seeing all
Oh
of this
no,
weird Animal Planet shit?
it was on YouTube. It was on you. I didn't like look at it like holy shit.
Oh, okay.
I was in Illinois.
Oh shit, my backyard, I can't escape.
So I think wolves have to I think they have to take their medicine and realize, yeah, maybe we're not what we thought. Like, I mean, come on, they're dogs. Like, let's be like they're dogs without leashes. What are we doing here? You have a husky, you have a wolf, but I think the debate that me and Jem had was his stance was like you're an alpha. Like he kind of had like what a quintessential alpha guy was, and I was disagreeing because it's like I think of an alpha as the environment that you're in, if that makes any sense.
No, so I'm gonna need you to explain.
So if you had if you had 8 people, right? No, let's make it. If you had 10 people, right?
Okay.
And 9 people are like chemists, and they're like chemists, doctors, like PhD level, like they're trying to find a vaccine for something, right? That seems like something that no one has any feelings on. And
not a one.
they're all doing microscope stuff. They're in the laboratory trying to figure this out. And there's one other guy there who's like he's a track star. Great body, like fucking just sweating, and it somehow smells amazing. Like just awesome, like alpha, right? Like right? Like, oh, like that's an alpha. However, it's like in that moment when they're trying to figure out like a vaccine or whatever, they're trying to figure out like some and he's there to help. He's not an alpha now. He's just a guy that's in the way. Those other guys, it's not his environment. This isn't the track field, Right. Does that make sense?
I can kind of see where you're coming from here, and that the way that we're perceived is dependent upon our immediate environment, and so that directly affects like how we react as well. So that does have some merit to it. But I genuinely do think that there are certain people who have more domineering type personalities than other people who don't have as domineering. 100%. And then there are people who are the most domineering of the domineering people. Like, so naturally, as a social species, we tend to gravitate towards hierarchies. If you get 2 people in a room together, one of them is going to be more domineering than the other. That's just how it works. But I think it's more of like a sliding scale, depending on who you're with, what you're doing, and who you are personally.
Yeah, because you could have 2 people. Say you have 2 guys, right? And one person is amazing at skiing, and the other person is great at racing.
Right.
But they're both dominant guys. However, if you go to the slopes, the guy who's like an expert on skiing and the other guy that has no idea, he's probably going to be more dominant, probably going to help the guy learn how to ski, talk to like an instructor, hey, this Steve, he doesn't know that. And then if you go the other way, you go to the racetrack, it will be vice versa.
Yes. But the caveat there is if you get someone who is less confident, less domineering than the other personality to the point where they are, I guess, negligent in their perceived role of authority in an area where they should have that authority, then you do get that element of the personality rather than the experience taking
I think I know what you mean, but like, can you use an example? Or like, what do you mean by that? I feel like I understand what you're saying.
So say you have like 2 people, and one of them is like a genius in terms of, I guess, math. take any subject, actually. But they're a genius in terms of the subject that you're studying. Um, but they're super, super shy about it. Like, they're super meek. They're quiet. They're reserved. And so they don't really take initiative in the conversation. They don't take initiative in the I guess we're doing a school project. They don't take initiative to actually push anything forward in the school project. And the other person, they come along. They're super confident, super boisterous. They have like something to say all of the time, and it's always like an opinion with them. They come along, they're super confident in it, but they're a dumbass. They don't know what they're talking about, actually. They're not the expert on the subject material. The other person is. The domineering person is going to dominate that group dynamic from the onset because of their personality rather than the meek person is. And that's where you get the sliding scale, because we don't have exactly that circumstance in every situation, but you have people who are more confident, and then you have people who are more shy, and then people who fall somewhere in between depending on who they're with too.
Gotcha. First off, I don't like how we're disagreeing and how much smarter than Jem you are, because that makes this harder.
Well, the other half of my degree was also in psychology. So.
Second, well, I don't hit me with some Fugazi degree, don't you dare. Second off, in the example you brought up, how did you find out that person who's very shy and meek? How did you find out that person was a genius? How do you know?
Well, you don't know. This is a hypothetical, right? So,
yeah, but how, like,
in the hypothetical, the person is a genius. They just don't voice it. So no one knows that they're a genius, but they just happen to be a genius in that specific topic. Like, they know everything about it. They should be the authority on the subject, but they don't take that initiative.
Well, just because but a genius in what? Like, they could be a genius in art, a genius in music, a genius.
Well, whatever it is that the hypothetical situation calls for. So, if in this hypothetical, say we're doing like a poli-sci project.
What the fuck is that?
A political science project.
Oh, I thought it was about like polygamy.
No.
Wow.
But, okay, so say in the hypothetical they're doing a polygamy, a political science project on some niche government topic that no one gives a fuck about in real life.
Taxes.
Right? And that works. And this person happens to be an expert in this field, or like super impassioned about this particular topic to the point where they could qualify as an expert because they know everything about it. But they're super shy, so they don't speak up.
But how do you know? Like, how do you know that you can't? If he's not saying it, then how do you, as the person even creating the hypothetical idea, know that this person is like that?
Well, I know because I am.
In reality, I know, but in reality,
no one does.
Well, then that's not real. This isn't a real situation now.
Well, so the only way that they would be known as the authority on that subject matter is if they spoke up. And if they're not, then are they really the alpha in the situation?
Well, there you go. In this situation, no. You're 100% right. And that's why I think it's based off environment when it comes to situations like this. And that kind of environment, a school project where some retard's really loud, there's a bunch of retards who follow, it's the blind leading the blind kind of thing.
Right.
And the person who does nothing on the project still gets an A, 100%. Well, and also, actually, real quick question though.
Mm-hmm.
The person who's, say in this hypothetical is a retard, what is the outcome of the group project? Do they pass? Do they get an A?
Well, it doesn't really matter because the hypothetical really focused on.
I think it does matter though, because if they don't get an A and the other groups get better grades than them, the group that gets the best grade is the alpha group out of all those groups, because they achieved the most on what they were trying to achieve.
So in your opinion, just to clarify, you believe the alpha is whatever happens to be in that current environment the best, whatever that qualifies as.
Well, I think the alpha is, again, based off the environment. I kind of go back to, like, you could have a meek, timid, like, unhealthy person be a race car driver, and there's a 20-car race, and that person won the race. That person for that race was the alpha race car driver. They won. They're number one. They didn't break any rules. They won. They're the alpha. They're number one. They're top dog in that circumstance, in that environment.
Okay. But that would necessitate them taking that initiative.
In that one, yeah. And that's
Yeah.
why in your case, the other person was like he was the alpha of the group or whatever. However, your hypothetical didn't have an overall grade on how they did. I think
Right.
that
Okay.
makes it different because that also, you can be the alpha of a losing group. Are you the overall alpha out of all the groups? No. Or, well, yes and no. Depend. I go back to sports. You can be Mike Trout. Mike Trout, for many years, was the best baseball player in baseball. He was the alpha number one player. However, his team, the LA Angels, were never, not even close to being the best baseball team in the league. So he was on a non-alpha team as an alpha baseball player. I think those are all fair things to say.
Okay. So the measure of being an alpha, according to you, is whether or not that person happens to
Don't hit me with the
be the
so's.
best.
Don't hit me with the so's. Don't turn into that, Weebo. Don't turn.
I'm asking a point of
No, you're
clarification.
not. No,
I want to
that's
understand.
not how you ask a question. That's how you ask a. So what you're saying is you don't like the
okay.
Jews that much. It's like,
That's
first off,
not-
yes,
I
obviously.
am
Second
not
off,
trying to pull a Jordan B. Peterson on you.
that's fine. And oh god, I haven't watched him in a while. All right. So what was your what was your question?
So my interpretation of what you said, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that in order to be the alpha, you have to be in the situation that you're in, the quote unquote best.
Unless like that could be construed into something to hurt my argument. Actually,
Yes, unless it hurts what it is that I'm trying to say.
I was looking at the ceiling like, is there a lifeline on this one? Or am I about to get slimed? Like, what the
You want to
fuck?
phone a friend?
Yeah, the vast majority of that makes, yeah, because again, like my interpretation of alpha is number one. Like alpha, beta, no, alpha, bravo, but like infinite alpha, beta, or bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. Like alpha is number one, letter A, number one. Like
Okay.
if you win MVP of the NFL, you're the alpha player of the league. You're the best player, not
Makes
counting
sense.
all like the arguments on who should have won. But that's what, yeah. So unless like you have like an argument for them, then maybe no. But yes.
Well, so in my perspective, and I think most people's perspective, the alpha in any situation is the person who takes the lead in that situation. The leader. So yes, technically a number one, but in a different sense. They're not the best. They just happen to be the lead. The person who takes the lead, like who takes that initiative.
Yeah, but if you lead,
And it can be that you're the best and you happen to take the initiative, but I don't think that every best player is an alpha. I think that every alpha might be a quote best player.
no,
If
but
that
that's not,
makes sense.
no, 100% no, because no, I'm not trying to be like, I just know, because if you watch enough sports or if you watch anything, you can be a terrible leader. Just because you took lead doesn't mean you're leading people to the right direction.
But if you were the best player, why wouldn't you be the person taking the lead?
You can lead by example. That happens a ton of times.
You
in
can lead
sports.
by example. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what is when you say take the lead, what does that mean? What do you mean by that?
So the person who takes the initiative, the person who takes up the mantle of the person that everyone else looks to.
But what if everyone
for
looks to
direction or
someone?
guidance.
What if everyone looks at someone for direction without that person, quote unquote, taking initiative? People just, they look towards that person because maybe that person is just so good at what they do.
Well, yeah, then yes, that would constitute it. And like I said, it doesn't disqualify the person that they happen to be the best at the
I
thing
think
from being the
I
alpha.
think
There is
I'm winning
definitely
rounds here.
overlap.
I got rounds under my belt on this
There's
one.
definitely overlap, but I do
Had
think
me
that
in the
you
first
can.
half, not gonna lie.
I definitely think that you can be the best at something, but not the alpha that everyone looks to lead.
Yeah, but if you're rewarded the number one person at something, then
Hmm.
that is saying that you were number one. Who
It
cares
it
if
means that you happen to be the best at the thing.
that and then you're an alpha. If I'm the
But
best bear,
is
I don't
every
care that no one wrote a story about me. I'm the best fucking bear. I ate a bunch of fish and I hibernated and I impregnated a fucking bear and had bear cubs. Like, well, who cares if I fucking had porridge and a book written about me?
But so is every winner a person that can actually rally the troops continuously, though?
They did for that. If they're a winner, if they won the main trophy for that, like if we're all right, let's not count team sports. If
Uh-huh.
Federer or Djokovic or whatever or Serena Williams, if they won the grand, like not if they won one of the four grand slams, they were that.
Mhm.
Who cares if like your team didn't like you if your
Mhm.
main goal was to win that championship?
Well, certainly, yeah, who cares? But then that would be a temporary alpha position.
We don't know that. If someone keeps winning, but they don't, if someone, it's almost like a boss. If you're a boss who your company competes with a ton of other companies that are similar, and there's a vast majority of people who would rather work for the other companies than you because they don't like you as a boss, but
Mhm.
year in and year out, for some reason, you're making the most profit. Why, if your main goal and all of your competition's main goal is to make the most profit, why would you give a fuck about what your employees think? Because what, eventually it might, I understand eventually the cookie might crumble, but in those moments, you are still number one. You're the alpha business, you're the alpha company.
You're only the alpha because you take that initiative.
In that environment, yeah.
Right.
Okay. But we talked about,
Because you took the initiative to become the best at the thing that you wanted to be the best at.
yeah, but we talked about someone being number one at something, not taking initiative, but still people realizing that person. Remember, we talked about how leading by example, if you don't take the initiative, but people still follow you,
Hmm.
does that make you an alpha?
It does.
But you didn't take initiative, and that's in this hypothetical.
You can. Okay, so
I
I
think
guess we need to qualify. I
I
think we need to
got her
qualify
on
what we mean by
the ropes,
taking the
ladies and
initiative.
gentlemen. I'm fucking throwing. I'm about to throw a haymaker.
Wait, hang on. So when you say take initiative,
When you say take
what?
it, don't you dare.
Oh, do you want me? I was asking. I was gonna ask you what you meant by it, but I can lead here.
Okay, yeah,
If you would
actually,
like to
that's a
take
good question.
initiative.
What do you mean by taking initiative? I guess we really have to like break this down.
Right? Yeah. If we're gonna have this discussion, um,
We are, we are, we are. This is the we are. We're 100% having this. I like this. This is
okay.
fun.
No, this is fun. So, okay, when I say
Find out
taking
where Weebo
initiative,
went to college. Found out her first name. Fuck this girl. I hope she dies. I keep going.
so when I refer to someone taking initiative,
While you're
I
also
mean it.
making your fucking mixed cocktail over there. What was that? A mojito?
No, it's a Lacroix.
Oh, are you drink the seltzer waters?
Hmm.
You know what? You just like all credibility's out the window.
Well, I can barely drink tap water in Chicago. It's gross. It's disgusting, and so
Is
I
that where
opt for.
Flint is?
No, that's Michigan.
Oh, who cares? All right, keep going about initiative.
So when I think of someone who takes initiative, typically it's a person, not just someone who leads, but who is go-getter, someone who goes and does the thing. Now that can be anyone who like goes and starts a company, or it can be someone who, um, well, actually, yeah, no, someone who starts a company, who's someone who brings the trophy home, certainly. But typically, the them winning aspect is just a consequence of them taking initiative. It's not the fact that they won. that is the thing that indicates that they have that initiative. It's the fact that they, in the first place, were in the game to begin with, and were leading these people to victory.
But if they won, you don't consider them an alpha unless they also took initiative to win?
No, they could still be an alpha if they don't win. They just have to have had that drive.
Wait, whoa, wait. In that one circumstance, if there's 10 people competing for number one prize and someone's second, how are they the alpha in that circumstance? That makes no sense. They're second.
Does an alpha have to have won in order to be considered an
In
alpha?
that, yes, 100%. Trillion.
So no one is an alpha until they have a win under their belt.
Well, yeah, because you're not number one until you're number one at something.
Right, okay.
Unless you win. I'm not saying second place is something I'm just saying if you have like all right, I'm trying to think. Fuck now, all right. 2022, 2021 World Series, the Atlanta Braves. They were the alpha team in baseball 2021. Just because the Astros lost does not mean they didn't have an amazing season that the other 28 teams in baseball would have loved to have, making it to the World Series and losing. But they're still not number one. They're still not the alpha. They are number two. They're second place. If you had a pack of wolves, there's one alpha wolf. There's one. The secondary one's not an alpha. He can't be.
But you have multiple packs of wolves with multiple alphas. So if you have
different packs, though, those are different packs.
Different packs, but you have different teams too. So only one team can be the alpha team, right?
Yeah, you have AAA baseball, AA, single A, independent league. So yeah, 100%.
Right, but you have multiple alphas on these teams, so then you can have simultaneously multiple alphas
how do you have,
who are losing.
What do you? How do you have multiple alphas on a team? Because
I think,
because by the way,
you have multiple alphas. On each.
What you're trying to say, two things. First off, I think one, we have just different definitions of the word alpha, which is cool. Whatever, I don't care. Yeah, you can pee in my bathroom. I don't give a fuck. Secondly, I think you might be, and I'm being a dick if I say this, but actually, I think you know what you're saying. Where you have say wolves on a team that are capable of being the alpha wolf, but at the end of the day, there can only be one. Like, and that goes to sports. There are plenty of teams capable of bringing home the prize. There are plenty of tennis players capable. Well, actually, there's only a few that are capable at winning at Wimbledon or whatever. But there can only be one. There can only be one that actually does. There could be 20 dudes trying to like get with this one girl. But all 20 of them could get with her. But in this hypothetical, whores. Fucking love them. But in this hypothetical, she only bangs one. And again, all those guys, like if it's like The Bachelor, they have a chance, but there can only be one.
Right. So what you're describing there is what we traditionally in the business call a winner.
And losers.
And versus a whole bunch of losers. You can only have one winner, but you can have multiple losers.
And how can a loser be an alpha?
I think you are conflating alpha with winner, because alpha is not just something.
Don't you dare like throw that back at me like a game of hot potato.
Alpha is not just something that exists within a competition capacity.
Very true, 100%. But I only watch sports, so it's the only thing I think I know, even though I probably don't even know that. So you gotta bear with me.
No, that's fair.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she didn't go to Stanford. Yeah, she didn't go to Duke. Cornell, maybe Cornell.
Oh, I'm flattered that you think that I went to like one of those.
That's an Ivy League school, right?
Ivy League schools. No.
Oh, it's not? Oh shit, my bad. I thought Cornell
I'm flattered,
was.
Though. Thank you. Oh no, I didn't go to Cornell.
Oh no, I know. Listen, what are we doing here? You're talking to me. Of course, you didn't go to Cornell. But yeah, no, I do. That's how I view an alpha. Is you're the number one in that environment. Like if you're great at picking up girls at a bar and you're with a bunch of buddies, and all you guys want to pick up a girl at a bar, like you, if you're the one person who's the best at it in that circumstance, in that environment, in that situation, you're number one. You're the alpha. But Gary might be awesome at Madden, and when none of you guys get laid and you go home to smoke weed and play Madden, Gary's now the alpha when it comes to playing Madden.
Fantasy.
You kind of, yeah?
There's overlap. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, explain.
I-
What do you mean overlap?
okay, so when I say there's overlap, because I don't think
I just think we have different definitions for the word alpha, and I don't think that's something bad, honestly.
you're coming at it from more of a circumstantial perspective, whereas I'm thinking of it more from a personality perspective.
I get, and I understand the personality perspective 100%. I totally get that. And that personality helps people in a tremendous amount of situations. It could hurt people. Some people are overconfident and they think, oh, I'll explain to the officer what I was doing. It's like, motherfucker, you're going to do 5 to 10 years. Like, shut the fuck up and ask for a lawyer. You have no idea what you're talking about right now. So the jackass who was awesome at school projects is going to be awesome at holding some dude's pocket for 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think it's circumstantial. But if you want, I could actually just look up the definition of the word and then
Yeah. You want me to look up the definition so we can finally see who's right?
yeah, sure, why not? Okay. Hold on, I always like alpha.
Alpha.
Alpha. Oh, look up the definition on Google.
Alpha.
Oh my God. Did you look up the definition on Google?
Do you want me to look up alpha definition or just alpha? Because there's a movie called Alpha.
Look-
It's a drama history from 2018.
No. Look up alpha definition and then tell me if you had that thing where you can click the voice box where the girl says alpha.
Alpha.
Oh my
Yep.
God. Click, yo.
Ready?
Yeah, click it.
Alpha.
Oh, I can. Oh, dude. Click that one more time.
Alpha.
Is she like, how moist can you be for saying a 2-syllable word? Like, do you hear that? One more time for everyone.
Okay, all right.
Alpha.
Oh my God.
God damn it. She even like has that little tonal consonants at the end that turns up.
You're my alpha. Oh my God. Yeah, I throw everything out the window. Fucking some nerdy dude winning a race. He ain't getting this girl. Not in a million years.
Yeah, no. Oh, that reminds me actually. Okay, so
We're going back to that. How about we read the definition first?
oh yeah, that's right.
All right. Definition number 1, noun. The first letter of the Greek. Unreal. Definition number 2, a code word representing the letter A. So we're both wrong.
Zoology, sociology, denoting the dominant animal or human in a particular group.
Where'd you get? Wait, hold on. What did you look up?
You expand the definition.
Holy
Okay.
shit! They
There's
even
a lot
tell
of
you how the
definitions.
letter is written.
Yeah.
Whoa. Where did you? Oh, zoology. So okay. So this is the definition we were kind of talking about, right?
Yeah.
Denoting the dominant animal or human in a particular group. Yo, I'm taking my headphone. I've never had such a just like, yo, not only was I thought I was right during that whole argument, Google's like, yo, you've been
wait, hang
right
on.
this entire just
Alpha. Alpha. Alpha.
The
entire
word
time.
dominant is not just the winner. It is the most important, powerful, or influential. So it's all encompassing.
Yeah. Denoting a person who has a dominant role or position within a particular sphere. Wait.
Yes.
That's hold on. Wait. That's the second. Wait, hold on. That's the second definition. The first definition we just was denoting the dominant animal or human in a particular group.
Yes.
Yeah, number 1 is dominant, hands down.
Right.
Hands down.
Dominant meaning
The winner.
most important, powerful, or influential. It does not
Most.
say anything about a winner.
Most is if you're the most dominant, you're number one. It's a guarantee.
But there are two other words affixed
There
to that
are
definition.
winners.
It's not just
There are
important.
losers. A loser is not the most dominant. It doesn't happen.
I'm not saying it is.
Why are you yelling?
But there is overlap.
Why?
I'm not yelling. You're yelling.
I've been yelling for like an hour.
Okay, but so this reminds me of those. Are you familiar? This is gonna take us over time.
Alpha.
I hope you had no plans later tonight.
No, you're good.
Okay. So, are you familiar with like the Alpha Omega fiction universes, or not even universes, but like fictional stories that my age demographic put out into the Ethernet for like horny reasons?
I'm for horny. For horny. Wait, hold on. Am I familiar with your generation of people? And by the way, like your generation, you're right there. You're right on the your generation of people.
I'm Generation Z.
Alpha Omega. No, I have. Are you talking about porn? I know, like
No, not porn. So okay, you remember Twilight, and that was a big
Alpha.
thing, and everyone was like, "Oh, do we want Jacob? Do we want Edward?" And everyone took their
that was an Alpha Omega thing.
no, but it was like the progenitor for this.
You're
Spin-off
stop saying
fan.
words. Progenitor. What? What is that? Like a janitor that has pre-cum
The
on his
origin
trousers?
point.
What's going on?
The origin point, the kickoff, if you will.
Okay, that was the beginning of.
The beginning of this like spin-off genre of young adult fiction that specifically focuses on werewolves and relationships. So like werewolves that want to mate with humans, or werewolves that
fuck chicks. I get it.
Right, werewolves that fuck chick. There's an entire
Let them have their
subgenre.
fun. Let the chick let them flick their bean to some werewolf dick.
Have you ever read? Like,
Have I ever read?
Have you ever read outtakes from this?
No.
Sometimes, because I'm a woman in this demographic, I get like web novel advertisements on my Facebook or on Twitter or whatever, and they start reading them off to me, and it's so fucking cringe.
I haven't, but I'm sure some of the bad writings they're just funny. I mean, like, as he protruded his hairy cock out of his trousers, and she just couldn't
Quite
stop.
that overt, but like,
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how these novels work. I think of Mr. Garrison.
very alpha-y dominant, like writing, and it's like 25-year-old girls thinking this is how dominant males talk in everyday life to their women folk.
I don't think there was like 10
some
girls that thought that.
Wish fulfillment. No, it's more than 10 girls. It's
No.
entirely too many. It's entirely too many.
Is there a like, what would I look up to read one line from this? Like, werewolf. How do I look this up without seeing a werewolf's cock? Werewolf.
I think I actually have, because I wanted to make a video about this.
Novel lines. No, dialogue.
Yeah, so I've been like collecting excerpts for a video that I really want to make at some point, touching on this topic, because it's so cringe.
Feral sins. That's such a great fucking title. Feral Sins. Susan Wright, the Phoenix Pack series. That's fucking hilarious. Alpha Bite. Alpha's Dirty Little Secret. Shifter Wars. Oh, you like that one? You like Shifter? I get it because he's shifting.
Right, because he's shifting.
Genius. Moon's
and
Law.
they sometimes they have little videos attached to them too, like advertising videos with excerpts from like completely random TV shows that have nothing to do with the actual topic. Like this one is Game of Thrones excerpt, and the text affiliated with it is "Mine," he roared. What the hell? Hell spelled HEL happened to her, and then like it's perioded. like after each word. What do you mean, alpha? Like, one card stutter.
No one thinks
Like,
people
wow.
talk like this, Weebo.
People don't talk like this in real life, but they do in web novels by a 25-year-old.
Yeah, but that's because like
female.
romance novels today are like acting in movies in like the 30s and 40s. Like they just everything was very theatrical. Like no one actually read that book and was like, yes, this is how a man should talk to, unless it was like a fetish. It's like,
Yeah, how can you just go through the entirety of this novel unironically? Like the only way that I could actually read this probably is if I had a reading partner and we were just reading it to each other to make each other cringe. Actually, I think that's how I'm gonna do the video.
yeah, I don't think anyone's actually reading that and going like, this is how. I think this is something where a couple things, but one of the main things is I think a lot of women read these novels because it's just a way for them to escape to some weird, or no, I shouldn't. Well, weird, yes, but not in a bad way. More in just a different way. When I say the word weird, in a weird fantasy type way of like that gives them romantic and or sexual like fulfillment. So
I know
for
that's
some
fine,
this is
and
it.
you could have your wish fulfillment. It's just, why is it getting advertised to me on my fucking Facebook?
Well, why do you have fucking Facebook? That's the question.
Well, because that's actually where I watch all the TikToks that I get, but also just to keep up with family birthdays.
I kind of want to make a Facebook because it has to be not 10 years, but close to 10 years since I've had one. And I kind of want to see like how different the layout looks.
There's a third reason actually.
What's the third reason?
This is the funniest reason, is because I want to see how everyone in like high school and college works out and measures up.
Wow.
I
That
know.
is so superficial. Oh my God.
Like, am I doing better than her?
Wow.
I
What a
hated her
cunty
in high school.
Cunsinson. Oh my God.
I know, I'm so bad.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's hilarious though. That's adorable.
Is this chick pregnant? Yes, she is.
Oh, like at this point in your life, do you look at pregnancy as she fucked up, or she's moving on, she's becoming a woman, an adult? Like, how do you look at that?
At this point, it's moving on and becoming an adult. 5 years ago, not so much.
God, you think having a kid in your mid-20s? Fuck that, dude. Not in a trillion years.
Well, I'm not ready, certainly, but some people are at that point in their life.
Yeah, some people make mistakes.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, but to be fair, I don't want kids at all, so I feel like it's whatever.
Right.
And because I'm an uncle, I understand having a kid because like, dude, my nephew is that kid is fucking awesome. I'd kill an army by myself to save this kid.
Aw.
He's the coolest dude. He's the cool dude. I gave him I gave him a cookie the other day, right? He's 3 or 4, I forgot. I gave him a cookie. So he gets a cookie, and then he hears my sister-in-law coming down the stairs, which is so his mom. He hears his mom coming down the stairs, and he's like, "Oh, shh, 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 shh." And like he's like, "Yo, don't like." While she's actually coming downstairs while I'm giving him the cookie. So he's just like, "Shh, don't shh, shh." Like he's putting his like don't say anything. He gets the cookie and he like goes into the corner of the kitchen where anyone can clearly see him. It's just eating the cookie. It's like and like before he went there, I gave him a fist bump. Like, yo, I got you, bro. I ain't gonna rat you out.
Oh my gosh, kids are such a delight.
Well, once he starts like crying and like he needs to take a dump or something, I'm like, all right, I'm out. I did all my uncle duties. I came here. I gave the kid a cookie. I high-fived him.
That works for you. Like you get to check out at the end of like the business day, so you're fine.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, you get to go home.
I eat the hot dog. I don't have to worry about how the hot dog's made.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. No, being an uncle is like having the best like parts of being the parent, because you get to be the fun thing.
100%.
You don't have to be responsible.
100%.
Can totally relate. Not having kids myself, but being an aunt.
So you are so you have siblings that have kids already.
Yeah, my stepsister, she's got 3 now.
That doesn't count, but okay.
Well, I still, function in an aunt capacity.
I'm being an asshole 100%. 100, unless it like just happened last week. It's like, all right, come on. What are you?
Well, no, the youngest one was just born, I think, last December. She's adorable.
How many nieces and nephews do you have?
I have 2 nephews and 1 niece.
And how old's the oldest one?
I think he's 5.
And you've been around all 5 years?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's okay. So he's fine. Like those are like the best years. Like he's just fucking dicking around, causing some chaos.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
They're all such cute kids.
Is he old enough? Has he seen one of your YouTube videos yet?
Absolutely not. Those are on the DL. I don't think any of my family actually watches any of my YouTube videos.
I was gonna ask that,
ever.
especially from what we talked about in the beginning about like family and everything. Like, so but yet your family doesn't watch, and you really. It sounds like you don't even broadcast the videos to them.
Not really. No. I mean, before when I was younger, yeah, it was more important to me that they saw them. But now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, everyone's got their own shit that they got to do, and they probably wouldn't approve of every video that I put out there. Because they are inherently political, so obviously that's going to grind some giblets.
Gotcha. And so and like though again going back to the videos, you got into the political world really young, obviously. But
Yeah.
also, I think it was less of an age thing. I think it was more of, it did seem like that time period, that was like the hot thing to talk about, was elections and politics.
Yeah, it corresponded right with my going off to find myself at college phase.
Oh, you became a lesbian. That's amazing. Tell everyone about that.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend really loves the lesbian side of me, totally, 100%.
Oh my God, he fantasizes about it. Every day. He's like, when is there going to be a second one? She doesn't have to stay just one night, for the love of God.
Yep. Yeah, one and done, then get out.
100%. And you'd be cool with that. You'd be like, yeah, fuck it. Let's like get a homeless girl. I don't give a fuck.
Oh God, no.
Oh, she's got to be primo.
Not homeless. Are you kidding me?
Okay, so this has to be like American Psycho. Like she has to be a top flight escort.
Yeah, no, I don't want sub tier pussy. What are you talking about?
Okay. Excuse
We want that
me.
primo shit.
You want the?
Who do you think I am? I have standards.
Gotcha. And then once you guys are done, it's like, all right, bitch, get out of here.
I've had my fun. Leave. I never want to see you again.
You turn over on bed, you fart, you throw some change for the cab.
Be gone, thought.
You're an idiot.
And this is going to be recorded for everyone to hear.
Oh yeah, I ain't fucking like. I hate editing. The fact that I haven't edited an episode in a while makes me very, very happy.
That's fine. That's okay.
That's okay. But going back to your content, you still make those type of videos. Are you still, even though like you're not as aggressive with it and you're having more fun with it, you still like those topics? You still watch that type of stuff, political news and shit like that?
Scene. There are definitely things that I've calmed down about, and things that I am less impassioned about and more middling of the road. I've always been more middling. It was just more fun to troll on the libs.
Oh, come on. You also like you had some hard stances, I'm sure, that you.
Oh, absolutely. I had hard stances, but like nothing so hard that I would consider myself left or right, strictly speaking. That's never really been the case. For as long as I've been doing YouTube, I've been a filthy fucking fence sitter. Because like there's just no title that adequately covers all the bases that I need them to. So I'm just, one of those goddamn independents.
Gotcha. Is there anything that you still like hold true? Like, no, this is the way it should be, and there should be no other way. Like, are there any things that you're almost very concrete in?
Oh, I think the family court system needs to be greatly overhauled. I think men's rights within family courts are still absolutely insanely unfair. From my own personal experience, I know that to be true, and that was the thing that like initially inspired me to do a whole bunch of political leaning videos. My hashtag everything is sexist series was the impetus for, I think, all of that gung-hoedness, and then I just kind of branched off into other topics that were related and such. But yeah, men's rights is still very important to me because I grew up watching the consequences of that. It wasn't pretty.
Of what? Explain.
So my parents got divorced when I was 6. And my dad was put through hell, making sure that he had primary custody of the 2 kids that happened from that marriage. And it was a pain in the ass. It was a lot of money. He had to fight tooth and nail to get primary custody of myself and my brother so that my mother wasn't raising us. Because had we been raised by my mother, it would have been a completely different story. We're talking high school dropout, pregnant by the age of 17, probably would have had several drug addictions, just the way that would have gone. But he still had to fight like a dog for that. And he only got half custody for the first couple of years, and he still had to pay a big chunk of change in child support, despite being the absolute, like, provable best parent for that situation. And then, to top it all off, I think it was freshman year of high school, my mother decided that she just wanted to not see her kids anymore. And for the next 8 months, he was still paying the exact same amount that he had been paying in child support to a woman who had not seen her kids in 8 months. So I'm pretty freaking black-pilled on the whole men's family court rights shenanigans at this point.
Gotcha. I think a couple things. I think one, like, I don't know enough about the fucking law at all to talk in depth, but I do know that it seems like people with a lot of money and power, no matter man or woman, you can get away with a lot of shit and just bypass that. You can just fucking parachute yourself over the courtroom if you're like a fucking multi-millionaire, billionaire or whatever. You're just like, fuck it.
The insane part, though, is that my dad was the one with all of the money. He had the decent job. He had the decent living.
But again, that
didn't have any of the health issues.
I'm talking about people who are like hundreds of millions.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. But
my mom was like dirt poor, living off of child support and whatever she managed to take home as a hairstylist, and she was still kicking his ass in court. Like,
so then,
enough to at least break even with him.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
the second thing I wanted to say is the fact that it's like, what are we doing? Like the fact, like, wait, you're telling me I gotta take care of these fuckers? I gotta pay these fuckers. I gotta pay you for these fuckers. And then like some people get alimony. It's like because you're not a dancer, I had to give you like $2,000 a month. Oh, I'd move. I would 100% leave if I was ever in that circumstance. I'd leave the country. I would renounce my citizenship, and you'd never get a dime from me. And I would never even want to see the kids. Don't even FaceTime me. I'm done.
Oh my gosh!
And, why the fuck is that?
You don't want kids.
and that's the thing. And that also leads me to this. The third thing I want to say is, I think enough time has gone by. I think enough internet has been in this world, and I think enough people should know at this point that the system's pretty fucked up. So if you decide to marry and then God help you have kids with some crazy bitch because you think it's going to be awesome, you know what, dude? You decide to sign on the dotted line like an idiot. I'm telling you, it's probably going to come back to bite you in the ass 5 years from now. And when it does, I mean, bro, The writing's been on the wall. You've heard the horror. Like, how many VH1 specials behind the music do you have to see until you realize, okay, maybe I should not be doing heroin out of this girl's asshole at 3 a.m. Monday through fucking Sunday? I mean, come on. The writing's on the wall.
Well, that's why you sign a prenup, my dude.
That's why, and that's
Like,
why
if
you
you're
don't have
going
kids.
to enter into, well, that I guess would also be the case, but that's in the cards for me. But that's because I've always wanted kids. So
Yeah,
you have to find the right person too. The person that you're not gonna
find
hate.
the right person.
You do.
You think all the
so
people who got
cliche.
divorced didn't think they found the right person?
I
hope I marry the wrong person today.
Well, no, you know what I think? I think they settled.
I do too.
I think they settled because they're like, my life is passing me by. This is the next step, and
alphas.
you know what? I'm not gonna touch on that.
They lost. They didn't get the number one trophy wife.
Well, like, so they settled because they're getting older. They're like, this is the next stage. I'm supposed to do it because that's what everyone has been told by everyone and their mother that they're supposed to do. And so they're like, all right, well, I guess I'm just gonna fall in line then.
Yeah,
I guess.
dumb. They're dumb. They're dumb people, and we should stop creating laws to protect them. They should drink Jilly Juice and eat Tide Pods and die and leave the rest of us in fucking peace. And I'm not saying I would survive. I would probably die too. The amount of times I ate a candy bar that had peanut butter in it, I should have been dead. But like, we need to die. A lot of us need to go. Okay.
I don't condone genocide, but I don't disagree that we need to remove warning labels from things.
Like, 68% of people have to go. I think that's a fair number. I think that's
we already had a plague. What more can we possibly
But it didn't work. It didn't work.
We need another new plague, which is what monkeypox is for.
And the only people that died were people who weren't already driving cars to begin with. Like, they were in Chelsea's. They were in like these fucking retirement homes.
I agree. We need less people on the road too.
Yeah, it's not helping anyone. Like, we need less people on the road. We need less people at the drive-through. We need less people in the middle of the grocery aisle, just walking and then stopping mid-aisle. And like, hey, like, what are you? How? Move!
You know what they call this?
Move! What are you doing, Loretta?
The energy that you're emitting right now, the vibe that I'm getting, it's very grumpy old man syndrome.
I need to get off my lawn. Just you can do whatever you want on your lawn. Have the loudest orgy right next door. The second you're on my lawn, just get the fuck off my lawn, and I don't need to hear you. Does any of this?
No, I can totally 100% relate. I suffer from chronic grumpy old man syndrome. And I'm only 25.
I know it's not. We're both gonna drop in our 40s.
Oh God, everyone needs to go. Bye. Leave me alone.
By the way, I just brought up fast food. Do you have any fast food places that are your favorite?
Chick-fil-A all the way.
Oof.
I like their spicy chicken sandwiches.
Oh my God, dude. See, I don't like slices of tomato on my hamburgers or my chicken. So I just get the regular spicy chicken sandwich, not the deluxe. But
you can ask for the tomato to not be on there, I think.
So I just paid like an extra $2 for the shittiest leaf of lettuce known to man.
Well, no, you get the sauce too, don't you? Or does the regular come with sauce?
By sauce, do you mean like mayonnaise?
Is it mayonnaise? I thought they had like a spicy sauce.
If they do, I gotta go to Chick-fil-A because I love spicy sauce. I hate mayonnaise.
There's a Chick-fil-A sauce.
I did not know this. Yeah, you gotta look this up.
Spicy chicken sandwich.
About to blow my load while I take a bite into the sandwich. God damn.
Chick-fil-A.
What made you quit weed? I watched the whole movie on mute and started crying because I thought I was deaf. That's hilarious.
They have pickles too? Alright, so it's...
Ooh, I like pickles too. Actually, you know what? I think I do get the deluxe without tomato now that you say it. Because I remember having pickles, unless the regular has pickles.
I think maybe the regular does have pickles. Hang on. I'm on the website now.
I'm gonna just go to menu. I'm gonna go to
I kind of want
images
to order.
because I'm a master. Dude, I'm about to get Chick-fil-A today.
I was gonna make tacos, but this is so much better.
Come on, we're talking Chick-fil-A here. What are we doing?
Yeah, but steak tacos, they're about the same.
Oh wow! Oh, hey, lady, listen. I'm sure you're a great cook, but let's not get like what are we doing?
Oh, okay. So spicy deluxe sandwich, boneless breast
Lettuce,
chicken,
tomato, and pepper jack cheese.
da-da-da-da. Yeah, dried pickled chips.
Where the regular comes with pickles and so
So then, what the sauce is?
maybe it's the cheese you thought was the sauce.
Maybe it's melted to the point where it's like a sauce.
Well, it's Chick-fil-A. They're melting that to the bliss point right there.
Oh, it's so good.
So, oh, do you like their nuggets?
I do.
They just melt in your mouth, right?
Mm.
Oh, right?
Right.
Oh my god. Oh, and dude, their milkshakes. Like
I've not had one. Are they really that good?
Weebo.
They are that good.
You gotta push the steak tacos to the side today. This is
So you're
what
telling me I need to go
this is what you're gonna do.
break my diet.
Fuck your diet, all right? Fuck it. You don't have a fitness YouTube channel. Fuck the diet for 5. Like those steak tacos are fucking like, oh, yeah, protein loading. All right, this is what you're doing.
They would have had lettuce in them and tomatoes.
Well, Chick-fil-A. All right, this is what we're gonna do. This is what you're gonna do. Please,
Okay.
you gotta.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get Chick-fil-A today.
Okay.
You're going to have one of their flavored milkshakes. I would say strawberry because the strawberry one's great. The chocolate one used to be amazing, but now it's a little bit too chocolatey. I liked it when it was a very like hint of chocolate. But get whatever milkshake you desire. You eat the Chick-fil-A, you drink the milkshake, and either sometime after that today or sometime tomorrow, you hit me up, you rate the milkshake you had out of 10, and you tell me your experience.
Okay. All right. I can do that.
Bet.
How close is the nearest Chick-fil-A to me? I don't think it's near.
They are opening up everywhere lately.
They are. They just opened one up after I moved from my hometown. In my hometown, they opened one up on the main road, and I'm so pissed about it.
I will say this though, I think they're getting a little too big for the britches, and they're running thin. Cause I went to a Chick-fil-A a few months ago, and this girl did not have a smile on her face at all while putting in my order on her iPad.
Are you kidding me?
And I was like, excuse me, bitch, you're supposed to be changing my oil right now. I have no idea what establishment you think this is, a Popeyes or a KFC. You're out of your goddamn fucking mind. I have full authority to call corporate right now. While I'm
you
standing
didn't pull the Karen?
the fact that she wasn't grinning from ear to ear to be out in the sweltering heat with her iPad taking my fat ass order, it actually blew my mind. And I think Chick-fil-A has to go talk to Jesus and say, hey, listen, sometimes you can only turn so many cheeks, and we might have to let someone go. But that's me if I was a boss.
Just because she wasn't smiling?
The resting bitch face this girl had. This isn't Wendy's. This is not Wendy's. This is Chick-fil-A. You're outside. Put on a show.
So that's what Medieval Times is for.
Oh shit! Oh, those are. Oh, have you been there recently?
God, maybe like 4 years ago.
That's way more recent than me. Is it still fun?
Oh yeah, it was fun. I splurged a little bit because I was working 15-hour days and I had one evening off, and I splurged. Like I got the full shebang. It was the birthday package. Wasn't even my fucking birthday.
Oh, crushing it.
Yeah. I went through the torture museum. That was cool. I got myself a really nice cocktail drink. I had like the full experience. The birthday cupcake, however, that was kind of a disappointment. Not gonna lie. Don't get the birthday cupcake.
Okay, I won't get the birthday cupcake.
10 out of 10 would not recommend. But the food is still bomb as fuck.
Gotcha. I'm still looking at the Chick-fil-A menu. We forgot to talk about their waffle fries.
Aren't they delicious?
I mean, delicious. That's just yes. So good.
Oh my god, I'm too far away for delivery. What the fuck?
You might have to get off your fat ass and actually drive to this place.
sacrifices I make for a satisfied experience.
What is your other favorite fast food place after Chick-fil-A?
I'm a big fan of Buena Beef.
What's that?
It's like a hot dog burger place. They have really decent Chicago style.
How do you spell it?
Buena. I think it's B-U. No, I'm not sure. You're asking the spelling bee loser.
Oh, you are not the alpha in that case.
No, never.
No, no, sir.
No.
I did not take initiative on my spelling.
I did not do that. I got maybe the highest grade I ever got was like a C+.
That's passing.
In spelling.
It's spelling English.
No, in English I was pretty good. C+ in just the specifically spelling portion in elementary school. And a C+ is actually close to failing in my dad's household, just FYI.
Oh, I didn't know your dad was Asian. It's pretty impressive.
He is the best tiger mom ever. Like, I'm not even kidding. 12 years of violin school.
12 years of violin school?
Violin school. Like, all of the Hallmark tiger mom trademark things.
Gotcha, okay.
It's B-U-O-N-A, beef.
Whoa. B-U-O-N-A, beef.
Maybe it's pronounced Buona. I don't know.
You had a W in the beginning of that one, lady.
I did not.
I feel like I've seen these things in malls before. I could be wrong, though.
They're deliciously disgusting places.
I was going to say, they look horrid, but it looks like something, if I was blitzed out of my mind, I would love to just hammer down 2 of these sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
This is... So
they're poor man's Portillo's.
Chick-fil-A is like, you bring her home, like, you introduce her to, like, your parents, you go out to a family dinner, and then you bring her back home to her parents at, like, 10, 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
This Buena Beef thing.
You get it at, like, 3 in the morning, high off cocaine.
Yeah, you're 2, 3 a.m., you're all coked up, and you're like, hey, I'm just looking for a good time. You know why I called, and she knows why you called, and she'll come over. You know she'll come over, especially for some Coke.
Yep, that's exactly this.
This is a whore sandwich. Look at the fries. They didn't even try with the fries. Dude, it's in a bag with no logo on it. It looks like a glove that you tied up the fingers. This looks terrible.
Oh, but it's so good.
Are the fries? Look at them. They fucking doodled a fucking hoagie on the fry bag. What the fuck?
So good.
Oh my god. That's it's like, you ever see those trailers, those tractor trailers where you clearly know, like they scraped off the logo from the trailer, but you can clearly still see the logo of like Swift or Old Dominion on the fucking side of the truck. It's like they took the fucking bags from Burger King and like they tried really hard to scrub out the Burger King logo, and they're like, yeah, look, it's a bag for fries. These are so gross.
Okay, so what's your favorite place to go?
Burger King's the best. It's not even close. It's Burger King.
Okay.
Yeah, they have the best burgers. The fries have actually gotten better. They always have like some weird bullshit going on, like during a seasonal thing. The fact that they have Hershey pies there is awesome.
Oh, I love them Hershey pies. Those are pretty good. I remember getting those for hot lunch.
Have you ever gotten the full pie at a grocery store?
No, not at the grocery store.
Oh yeah. So it's Burger King, hands down. I think White Castle would be after. Popeyes is amazing.
This is good, yeah.
You like Popeyes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Popeye. That's if you're talking about the horrors of chicken, Popeyes, bam, right there.
Mm-hmm. My first chicken love.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then it was Chick-fil-A. Once I figured out that Chick-fil-A existed.
Yeah, because you want a family, you want kids, you want to settle down and get a house. You can't just be.
I'm a basic white bitch. That's why.
Yeah, you can't be living in a studio fucking Popeyes all day.
Right.
Gotta get
Exactly.
your life together.
Exactly. You know. You get it. You understand.
You get me, bruh. But seriously, have that milkshake, and you let me know.
Okay, I will.
Word. Alrighty. Shit. We went on for a while.
We did. And you thought it was going to be a short conversation.
I did.
You're like, oh shit, this is going to be how it goes.
No, I
She
like
starts off super Akko Taco.
Rocco Taco. What the fuck? Something awkward taco?
Akko Taco, awkward taco. Yeah.
Oh, so so you're gonna end the way you finished. That's a good idea.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. I think it rounds out the whole podcast very nicely.
True dat. Well, I do appreciate you coming on. No, I'm happy that we talked again after like years of not talking. I'm definitely gonna ask for you to be on in the future.
I would love to be back on.
Awesome. And make sure to have that milkshake.
I will. Promise.
Awesome. Pinky promise.
Mm-hmm.